What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Zegion is unmatched in strength anytime water is around since he rules the element of water. Zegion can therefore exploit any location on this planet as a battlefield to his advantage because the atmosphere of the planet is similarly heavy with water. Furthermore, the majority of living organisms are largely composed of water in their bodies. Given his ability to manipulate water, Zegion's threat level is evident. Because the human body is composed of approximately 65% water, being hostile to Zegion would be suicidal. However, Zegion's threat doesn't end here. Thought acceleration, universal perception, demon lord haki, water and lightning domination, spacetime manipulation, multidimensional barrier, all of creation, mental control, and world of illusion are among the skills that make up Zegion's ultimate skill, Illusion King Mephisto. There were a number of potentially devastating skills included, but none of them were the one that had inscribed the curse into Dino's own being. The technique was called Dream's End. Put another way, Zegion invented a technique for the engraved curse. This move might even be able to defeat Yuki's anti-skill. It would take an extremely strong will to defeat it, yet it would still be exceedingly challenging to defeat Zegion. In the end, the Dream's End was a combination of the three powers, world of illusion, mental control, and water and lightning domination. Zegion was able to create settings that benefited him with world of illusion, and he could become almost unstoppable in such environments. These are extremely uncommon world system skills. It makes sense that they are so powerful because not even I have one.
Do you want me to make one for you?
I would have pretended not to hear it if I didn't know how to respond to that question. In any case, the topic of discussion was the Dream's End. If the target behaved in a way that went against the caster's wishes, this method may instantly take their life. Nonetheless, the target could still move quite freely because there were no limitations on their actions. In this instance, Dino was free to act as he pleased so long as he did not defy Zegion's wishes.
How then is the curse activated?
Yes, it isn't something I do personally, rather, it happens automatically when Dino does a specific activity.
Zegion's curse was an automatic kind that didn't need to be controlled. Zegion, the caster, will be informed once it is activated, but he won't be aware of it until then. The secret to its activation was found in Dino's activities, specifically his intention to destroy my comrades. Dino's core would be destroyed by the curse the instant he made the decision to kill someone. Even as a spiritual life form, there was no way to get away from this curse. But, since Dino's intentional acts were the only way to trigger the curse, it would not work if he deliberately targeted one of our companions that he was unaware of. I couldn't declare that our community was totally safe because there was no way for him to know every person's face. But this curse was enough to prevent Dino from coming because random assaults on the community were deemed to be lethal. Dino was an ultimate skill user. How could he be subjected to such a frightening limitation?
Outstanding effort, Zegion. Anything that lessens the danger to our country is greatly appreciated.
I am grateful for your warm remarks. Despite my lack of expertise, I feel a rush of excitement when I hear Sir Rimuru's praise.
Why the seriousness? Soe, Geld, and Cherries were also like this. And Beretta, I believe. When you look at it like this, Geld and Zegion stood out among the other serious people in our group. Given that they were not readily happy with their efforts, the development of all these skills constituted a significant threat. In this way, I hope they'll keep working hard and proudly and never become complacent. Anyway, I realized that the ultimate skill, Illusion King Mephisto, was a fantastic skill. It should be difficult for Dino to escape the curse, but nothing is absolute in this world. So maybe some unidentified power may make it simple to reverse. Even if that were to happen, Zegion's reputation would not suffer. One could only give sincere praise to the opponent in that situation. Since Zegion was, in all honesty, the best package I could find overall, I believed that was where his true terrifying brilliance resided, as he used the brief moment Dino was dead to cast the curse on him. I didn't think anyone was more prepared for battle and more aware of his abilities than Zegion. After all, possessing fancy pants capabilities doesn't make you a threat. Being able to properly utilize them does. Call that covering all the bases, perhaps? There are many people in this world who can brag about their wide abilities, but Zegion's skill set is more about masking the areas in which he lacks natural talent. He was adept at using each of them, even incorporating them into fresh, inventive techniques. Fantastic. How else could I put it? The degree of training required and his fighting instinct. Rather than improving what he was already good at, he could use World of Illusion to gain an advantage and broaden his tactical edge. He truly stands out among my companions, showcasing exceptional qualities. Even a so-called warrior race like the Primal Demons couldn't defeat Zegion. He was simply so terrifying. It makes sense why Seal called this its masterpiece. Undoubtedly, the strength he had displayed thus far was but a small portion of his whole capabilities. Though I guess it's a little harsh of me, I get to see every team member's stats and skill set. Zegion's name, Mist Lord, seemed quite general to me at the time, but now I realize it had two meanings. In addition to being mist, there was something mysterious about the extent of his skills. Or maybe Zegion took the term mist literally and honed his skills in that direction? No way. Assuming he did, Seal would have mentioned it, correct?
Of course.
Oh, that's wonderful. That slight delay in responding concerned me. Tugging aside worries that Seal was acting strangely toward me, I awaited my next interviewee. The next person in my chamber was Adalmann.
Sir Rimuru, I hope all is okay with you. Furthermore, allow me to say that I, Adalmann, am already savoring every second of our intimate meeting.
Adalmann was a very serious individual. I simply gestured for him to come to my sofa with a nod. I sat him down as quickly as possible since I knew he would be at it all day if I didn't make him finish his spiel swiftly.
Now that you're awake, how are you feeling?
Very good, sir. I feel that my spirit has been enhanced and that a holy force is entering every cell in my body.
He did really exude a certain kind of light. I was afraid of what I was going to learn. Name, Adalmann. EP, 877,333. Race, Dead Spirit. Fair Chaos Spirit. Light Spirit Skeleton. Blessing, Rimuru's Blessing. Title, Gehenna Lord. Magic, Necromancy, Holy Magic. Skill, Ultimate Gift, Necronomicon. Resistance, Physical Attack Nullification, Mental Attack Nullification, Abnormal Condition Nullification, Natural Effects Nullification, Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. That's what I thought. This servant of the dead had gone all in on the light element. Adalmann was the member of my team that, in my opinion, had the most Demon Lord appearance. It was almost too delightfully ironic to have him brag about the light aspect. Even so, perhaps it wasn't shocking enough at that point, since he could bend his elements in any direction with holy evil inversion. There was no need to worry about it, even though it felt like it was the complete opposite of the element he should have had. Besides, there was much more about him to keep me busy. His existence values were comparable to those of an awakened demon lord. The sheer absurdity of his stats gave me a headache. The greatest problem, though, was Necronomicon, his ultimate skill.
Even so, where did it originate?
It's what I gave him.
I didn't have to ask. There was no other possible explanation, but it seemed like Seal was tinkering about once more.
And the most amazing thing of all is the power you gave me, Necronomicon.
Grinned Adalmann.
For me, it is a wealth of information and the source of my recently discovered strength.
Thought acceleration, universal perception, demon lord hockey, chant cancellation, analyze and assess, all of creation, mental crush, holy demonic reversal, and domination of the dead, are among the skills included in Adalmann's Necronomicon. Apart from the abilities he already possessed, he was now capable of performing holy magic and necromancy with no need for the casting of a spell. Moreover, he had strengthened his control and protection over the dead, which added a powerful boost to his army. Adalmann was now happily describing everything to me, and if he was pleased, I was, too. I didn't want to spoil his moment. In case you were wondering, Necronomicon is related to Grimoire, the skill I gave Gadra. I took things out of Grimoire that weren't appropriate for Adalmann and added skills that would be more helpful to him. It sounded as though Seal was trying to get compliments. That was the first time I'd heard about it bestowing new skills on Gadra. Amazing, for sure, but I wasn't sure if I should be happy to hear this. However, after giving them some thought, I realized that Gadra and Adalmann were both researchers. I had heard that they were also good friends and that they frequently dove into magic tomes together. Really, they were crazy about magic, but since they weren't harming anyone, I gave them the freedom to do as they wanted. Giving oneself over to your passions is always a good thing, and who knew? They might find the meaning of life or something. Necronomicon and Grimoire were made for each other, as Seal phrased it. They did appear to fit those two quite nicely, so I suppose this was the proper choice. Adalmann's interview came to an end at that point, and I left to check on Alberto and Venti. At first, they were filled with awe at the prospect of meeting me, leading them to decline the request. It seemed they believed they needed to demonstrate further prowess in battle before they would consider themselves worthy of such an opportunity. They were extremely dedicated, to the point where I was unable to get the reasoning at all. In any case, who did they think I was? I still had to ask how the folks serving me were doing. Alberto was Adalmann's faithful servant, as was Venti, or Adalmann's pet if you like. If their master were to ever pass away, it is likely they would accompany him in death. However, as long as Adalmann remained safe and unharmed, they considered themselves to be immortal. According to CL's explanation, that was the reason why it had bestowed an ultimate skill upon both of them.
It required a significant amount of labor and effort.
It certainly did, but you do this for fun, right?
Surely this was just the soft side of CL showing through. Relying on that trust, I reviewed the statistical reports. Name: Alberto. EP: 682,639, plus Spirit Sword 600,000. Race: Dead Spirit. Fair Chaos Spirit. Flame Spirit Man. Blessing: Rimmeru's Blessing. Title: Gehenna Paladin. Skill: Ultimate Gift, Immortal. Resistance: Physical Attack Nullification, Mental Attack Nullification, Abnormal Condition Nullification, Natural Effects Nullification, Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. Name: Venti. EP: 984,142. Race: Gehenna Dragon. Blessing: Rimmeru's Blessing. Title: Hell Dragon King. Magic: Dark Magic, Necromancy. Skill: Ultimate Gift, Eternal. Resistance: Physical Attack Nullification, Mental Attack Nullification, Abnormal Condition Nullification, Natural Effects Nullification, Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. Their evolutions undoubtedly increased their EP. Additionally, they cancelled many attacks at this point, displaying extremely strong resistance. It worked the same way for Adalmann, so I suppose dying once may earn you a lot of those. Although their powers went by different names, their skills shared the same contents. The three powers, Thought Acceleration, Complete Regeneration, and Slavery Immortality, were all present in them. Others could have been accommodated, but that was still being thought upon. Giving Seal free reign wasn't something I was entirely happy with, but I was quite sure it wasn't a bad decision. The bodies of Venti and Alberto would never die since Adalmann held their souls. They would definitely kick it if Adalmann did, as I had suspected, but considering that Adalmann was undead, I thought they were all very unbeatable. I couldn't help but think about how unfair my team was. By the way, there was a significant amount of growth potential left in Alberto. Alberto would have access to greater powers if his own EP continued to rise, since a weapon capable of breaking 1,000,000 EP was unquestionably in the God class.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Zach Rosen, Jordan Mersha, Ryan Booker, Kamal Luke, Wei Jun, Elvin Quarty, Steven, Mose Chaudhary, Ara Dare, Spencer Candela, Dijo. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.